All right, guys. Welcome, everyone. I see people in the chat already. Cheers. See who we got. We got Life from the Patio. Father Ford and Mary, you're going to be on the live and in the chat. Cheers, Dave.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
Cheers, Mike. Cheers, Brad. Yeah, Brad's there. You got a beer, Brad? Brad always likes to drink beer during our lives.
I got it. I'm back.
Okay, he's back. Yeah, we had a Busch Light to kind of start off things too.
Cheers, JD. Yeah, I'm going to be starting off with one of the Jack Daniel's Distillery series. This is selection number 8. This is the rye and toasted maple barrels, finished in toasted maple, 101 proof. I'll start off with Jack since I was down at Jack last weekend.
I'm quite jealous. Yeah, I've missed out on a couple of those nice drops down at Jack Daniel's, and I'm quite jealous. Didn't make it. Oh, we got a bottle kill. We decided to do a spread of Blue Note in honor of the upcoming pick this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I will be moving. I will be moving to a Blue Note when I'm done with this one. I do have my Blue Note store pick, but
yeah, some of those are really great. Those are really great.
One of my
cheers, Sandy. Cheers, Barry. Good evening.
Cheers, Mike Brock, one of our guys out there. One of our
cheers, Sugar Kitty.
Yep, yeah. Sugar Kitty meow. That's right. So, Josh, you were talking about going to Jack Daniel's for an event last week. Tell us about that. What's it called? A Wooker? I'm gonna butcher it.
It's the Wyouter.
Wyouter. Okay.
Wyouter.
Wild Hooters. Wild Hooters.
What is a Wild Hooter?
So the Wyouter is a cryptid that is supposed to be like a large, hairy beast, kind of demonic looking with long claws, and it likes to feed on mash. So that's why it's around Jack Daniel's. And supposedly it was that?
That sounds like me.
Hairy?
I recently cut my fingernails.
But it was supposedly sighted in like 1865 by a local near the caves over there in Jack Daniel's, and there's a whole legend around it. And so every year, the Jack Daniel's, the Squires, the Tennessee Squire, which is a Jack Daniel's kind of group, meet and they have the Wyouter hunt. And really, it's just a big party. So they limit it to like about 250 squires and their guests. And they bus you up to the top of Barbecue Hill. I don't know if you've ever been up there.
No, I haven't actually.
And because there's this, a big pavilion, and they have like a stage and stuff where they do live performances. So they have a band, they have a big buffet set up, and it's just music and drinks and food. It's just a big Squire event.
Sounds like a great time.
That sounds like a great time, especially hunting for a Wahooters.
Yeah, yeah. And they have like some caves like nearby, and you can go like get one of the like employees, and they'll take you to the cave and stuff like that if you want to. And they give away door prizes and stuff like that. So it's just a fun time.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. And you got to fill your shelves with all the new Jack Daniel's products, right?
Yeah. So we were normally the White Rabbit shop at Jack Daniel's opens at 9. But we were headed down early because we wanted to get there to register at the Squire House, which is right next door to the distillery. So we had left our hotel and we were going to end up being at Jack Daniel's around 8:30. Is our projected time. And as we're driving there, there's a post made by one of the groups on Facebook that the 10, 12, and 14 had just dropped at the Jack Daniel's bottle shop. So, we busted our fast as we could to get there. And we managed to get there before everything was sold out. So we did get the 10, 12, and the 14. In fact, my wife got the last bottle of 14.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, we've sampled it. We've tried it, but we are yet to actually score a bottle. But we're fortunate enough to have people that's willing to share some with us, at least give us a sample. It's good. I got to say, I was probably more impressed with 10 and 12 than the 14. At least I thought we were.
I love the 14. I love the 14. I like the 12 a lot too, and that's been one of my favorites the last few years. But that 14 is fantastic. So
yeah, that's good stuff.
Squire since 2023, and you haven't went to Jack. See, that's your own fault though. You got to plan that trip. You need to get down there. Go make a pilgrimage to the motherland.
Yeah, that's it. So, Marty, you got a bottle kill here for us, don't you? Bottle kill.
That's our buster.
Oh, that's the favorite one. This is probably the favorite one we've tried, Todd.
What's that one?
This is just the Busters. This is local Busters, one of the stores in Memphis, one of the big stores. I'm sure we'll stop by there this weekend. But it's coming in at 124 proof, and I got to say it's one of our favorites.
Yeah, I've been to the two Busters locations when I was in Memphis last year. Yeah, I was down there in Memphis last year. I did a barrel pick at Old Dominic. I was part of a barrel pick down there.
Okay, cool.
When you're in town, if you stop at the one in Midtown or whatever, I guess it'll be Midtown.
Yeah.
Check out the butcher shop next to it. They have a Buster's butcher shop.
Yeah, if you think Buster's prices on their whiskey are high, the prices on that meat is even higher.
But the meat market is awesome.
So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about my Jack trip. We're going to be talking about the upcoming trip to Blue Note, where we're doing a pick for the channel, and these guys are going to be joining in on the pick, so they're here with us tonight. And I'm also going to be doing a duck race. So I got these. Oops, which way? These 4 bags behind me. They're blind. They all have a sample flight in them, and so for every $5 in super chat, you'll get an entry into the race. So we'll do that later in the show.
Sounds like a full event.
Sounds like our type of night. Yeah.
So our trip last week, we left on Thursday and we headed down through Kentucky. We were headed down to Lynchburg. And so we stopped at a bunch of places along the way. I shot some videos of some stores and stuff. And we stopped at one store. I don't know if you guys ever get up to Kentucky much.
Not as much as we'd like to, that's for certain.
So in Louisville, there's a store called Shrek's Liquors. And it's Shrek's Baxter's Liquors, and they have some huge discounts. They always take these bottles. I talked to the owner. I spent about an hour there just talking with the owner. What he does is he finds places that are like distributors that are selling a huge amount of cases of one thing, and he buys them, and so he gets them a lot cheaper, and he gives them deep discounts at the store. So I got your 2 entries there. So he had a barrel dovetail for $29.99 on the shelf. He had the Luxro double single barrel for $29.99. He had down home toasted rye for $24.99, regular $99. He had a bunch of bottles, like really deep discounted.
Wow,
So
that's worth stocking up on, those guys.
Yeah, so if you if you're into Louisville, make sure to check that store out. So I stopped there and filmed, and I picked up several bottles just because of the price. I mean, it wasn't anything I was specifically looking for, but just can't pass some of that stuff up at that price. Then I headed down. We kept driving. We went to some other places over there in Louisville. We went to State Liquors, and they had like an Obtainium. I don't know if you guys have ever had any of the Obtainium light whiskey. You're looking for it, so apparently you've had it.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Okay, so they had one there that was 28 years old, and it was 162 proof.
We got a 163.
Yeah, well, it's 28, isn't it? I think
28 or
28 or 29. Yeah.
Okay, and then I headed down to John O's in Elizabethtown, which is one of my favorite stores to go to. And they actually had a Weller Antique store pick. They had just got in the afternoon before. And we had to buy a bundle. It was a Weller Antique store pick and an Early Times bottled in bond for $107.
Oh yeah.
We had some friends there last weekend. They were at John O's probably Wednesday or Thursday. They may have gotten that same bottle because Mike Brock is, if he's still in the chat, was part of that. There he is. We got that. Yep,
Yeah.
we got
There
one
you
of those.
go,
Yep,
David.
and
There's that. David, I got your entries. Thank you. Yeah, Mike. So yeah, we picked it up. I was like, well, that's, you got an OWA pick that comes out to like $80 basically, if you count the regular price of the Early Time. So that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, we grabbed that. What else did we get? I think there's more. I can't even remember now. Oh, we picked up some some of the little Blantons. My wife likes to get the little mini Blantons whenever she finds them. So we found some of those for like $15. We grabbed those.
Oh, really?
Like
Yeah.
the 50.
Yeah. That's still
Yeah.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'd like to have one just to, put it on the shelf.
No,
Urban
we'd
Nerd,
smash it. We'd smash them. We'd smash it if we got about 3 or 4 of those.
Every time we saw one, we'd say bottle kill.
Yeah, so we picked those up, and I told her, yeah, we'll grab those, and some of those might go in the bags here in the future. So we might have some of those as giveaway prizes. You got a Saz rye with it. So Mike, you went to the liquor and smoking, the main store down there in Elizabethtown. We were there first, and they were out of the OWA pick. They told us that the 2 they had left, they were holding back to check the outlet. So we went to the outlet, and that's where it was bundled with early times instead of the Sazerac.
They may have been holding it for Mike. You never know that much. They're kind of
Yeah.
shady like that, Todd.
No.
Todd, they're kind of shady like that. They'll call ahead. They'll pay 3 times the amount you ask for it. They're
Nah.
Yes. But that's okay because I was happy to get it. I was happy to get it bundled with the early times because I'd rather have the early times than the Saz. I have a bunch of Sazerac. I only had like 1 or 2 bottles early times. Oh, the outlet's where you were? Yeah, when we got it, it was bundled with the early times.
Different day, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then we made our way down to Murfreesboro where we stayed that night. And the next day we headed to Jack Daniels. And like I said, we were lucky that morning the distillery released the 10, 12, and 14. Oh, you were there Wednesday afternoon. I was there Thursday afternoon. Oh, Sugar Kitty, I got your entries. Thank you.
This is another Blue Note selection. This is Las Notes. This is a fresh crack. This is finished in French oak Las Notes barrels.
What are Las Notes barrels?
Is that a Brazilian wine, Marty?
Yes, I believe we looked it up, and I believe that's what.
I think it's Brazilian wine, but it's pretty unique.
You had to try it when we.
Yeah, we're going to bring lots of bottles with us, and unfortunately, that's a bad trait we have. We load up bottles and take them with us places.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing some fresh cracks. Whenever we do these barrel picks, I always bring some fresh cracks to share at the hotel after. So I got a couple of things that I've been waiting to open. I'm going to bring.
Is that 06 or 26?
26, I believe. No, 06, I believe. Marty, did we kill your other Las Noches?
I thought we.
Because this smells better. No, there's the. That's both
Okay,
2022.
that's 06.
That's 02. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So we're leaving tomorrow. We're going to stop at Buffalo Trace on the way down. They're still doing where you have to schedule to visit because of the flood, but we managed to get a slot in there for tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to stop and hope they have their little Derby bottles that they normally give out around Derby weekend. And then we're going to head on over to Memphis. We're going to go through Jackson. I got a couple of stores I want to stop at there. Wish you could have made the pick, Barry. I wish you could too. I know you said you're retiring soon, and you want to make some of these picks. I got your entries here, so maybe you get retired, you'll be able to come some of these with us. So we'll be down in Memphis probably tomorrow night sometime. So Friday morning, I'm definitely up to maybe go doing some hunting. If you guys want to take us to some hunting,
we'd love to. Would love to. Planning on making the day of it. So yeah.
Well, so I think I'm gonna get you're starting at a Blue Note at 2.
2
right?
o'clock.
Okay.
2 o'clock. So it will be a Blue Note at 2 o'clock, and we're going to do the pick. And after that, I mean, it's kind of up to the group what they want to do. Whenever I'm in Memphis, a couple times I've been there, I like to go to Gus's Chicken.
Love the Gus's.
And right, old Dominic's right there across the street.
Yeah,
That's what we love about Gus's too.
Yeah, I figure we eat some chicken and go over, and because I think there's some people in our group that haven't really had Old Dominic, haven't been there, so it'll be a chance for them to go do a pick at Blue Note and visit Old Dominic, kind of knock out 2 distilleries, in one trip they haven't been on. So,
and I know Steven Strong's been trying to get to Old Dominic. He's tried to make it to Memphis a couple times, so looking forward to having him in the area. We've gotten to know Steven, spend some time with him at Spillway. So yeah, just so you know, Todd, we like to have a good time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we get
Yeah.
we get a little
Yeah.
rowdy sometimes.
Yeah, it's Brad, are you still in the chat? You can tell them all about when you were with us after the new riff pick. Donald, I got your contributions there. Thank you, and I'll put those ducks in there. Yeah, David's been on a couple of picks with us. He said I had to sit this one out. Yeah, but you know what, David, you would have had a spot on this one because it was such short notice that not as many people. Like normally, what I do, guys, is my paid Patreons.
Yeah, sure.
They say, hey, whoever can make the pick, put your name in the hat, and however many spots I got, I draw from them, and that's who joins me. Well, we had just done Hard Truth like 3 weeks ago, and the reason I'm doing the Blue Notes so fast is after we did the pick, Hard Truth told me, well, you won't get your bottles to the warehouse till August, and I was trying to get a second quarter pick. I was like, I got to do something quicker than that, and I had already been talking to Blue Note about going down in June for third quarter. And they said, well, if you come down beginning of May, we can still get you your bottles in June. So I had to like do a quick turnaround for this pick. And a lot of people couldn't go. A lot of people were like, oh, it's too soon. We didn't have plans. So Brad, he's still bitter because he was hung over for 2 weeks after we had that bottle show.
I'm glad for close.
I'm glad for close. Blue Note is one of my favorite places around.
It's cool. I mean, it's not very big.
They don't distill their own juice, but so there's not a distillery. But the folks there are really nice. Now they told you 2 to 3 hours. They closed at 4 o'clock sharp every day. So
is it 2 to 3? They mean 2.
Yeah, it probably means 2. But I'm sure they'll entertain us as long as they need to. I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure they will.
But I don't know if maybe closed to the public means they're closed, but we're still there doing something. They won't kick us out type thing.
Right.
So,
yeah, no, they're partial
really
to those guys. They do. They have really good people. We go there for this release of this FL Watson. This is only released at the distillery. Now, like I told you before we came on there, I think it's a Dickel juice. It's 21-year Dickel, and they do that in honor of one of the founders. And that's about the same time they released that Special Reserve. And we've been fortunate enough to be there a couple years in a row now, and it gets bigger every year. And I think they like the chaos we bring with us. Now,
I know that they contract distill. Do you know, is it Bardstown or Green River? Do they
Green
not
River.
say?
No, they tell us they're open to it. It's Green River, and it stays in Kentucky for 366 days. And then they load it up, move it to Memphis. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Load it up and take it to Memphis.
And they are not above just opening barrels to.
Yeah, we got them to drill one of their special release barrels for us when we were there back in January. So, do you know how many barrels we'll be picking between? Or
they did not tell me. Yeah, they didn't tell me for sure, but he just said we'll make sure you guys get something you like. So, my assumption is they'll give us a certain number, and if we don't like anything, they'll pull some more.
Well, hell, I'd be screwed. I like the first one.
Now, see, I'm more. If they keep telling us that, I'm more inclined to say we don't like any of them. Right?
You're just like, we need to try at least 30 of these guys. We got to make sure we get the right one.
we would hate for the whiskey sipper's name to be attached to.
That's right.
To anything that we don't like.
Now, when these bottles come in, if you guys want some of the pick. So I have a distributor that these are going to go through, a retailer.
Yep.
They don't ship to Tennessee. So anybody in Tennessee, if you do want a bottle, let me know. I will get them here, and then I will make sure you get them. I'll send them out.
Yeah, we're actually in Arkansas, so they may or may not come here. Yeah.
Arkansas. They'll deliver to Arkansas. That's not one. There's only 4 states they don't deliver to.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking for some of that. Stick a tater sticker. Boy, I tell you what, you definitely know that's Dickel on this 21-year.
Right.
You guys are in your Blue Note. I'm going to open up my Blue Note here. This one is a pick from 8th Street Liquors in Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh.
So what are you? What did you just pull open?
The uncut.
Blue Note uncut unfiltered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
122 proof. My wife and I did a road trip last year for her birthday. We started here. We drove all the way up to Colorado. We went to the Rocky Mountain National Park.
Oh, nice.
We stayed at the Stanley Hotel over there where they filmed The Shining. And then we went up to Wyoming and then came all the way back through to Ohio. So we did like 8 states or whatever we crossed on that road trip. And I ended up getting bottles from every state. And this is the Blue Notes, what I picked up in Iowa.
So the real question is, how many times did you reenact scenes from The Shining? 'Cause every time I opened the door, I said, "Here's Johnny."
I figured you'd be dressed like the twins at the end of the hallway. Both of them.
Red rum.
Both of them. Both of them. Yeah.
And there's Steven Scollin. Steven will be joining us on the pick tomorrow. Friday, I'm sorry, Pick Friday. I'm a day ahead. I'm so anxious.
Will it be Steven or Skeeter? Who's coming?
Well, based on my experience, Skeeter comes around very quickly when Steven's around. Skeeter shows his head. Yeah. Skeeter leaves. Yeah.
Man, we're gonna have a blast.
Yeah. Steven did a pick with you guys in Kentucky, didn't he? Yeah. I think
He did. He was with us when we did our new riff pick back in January.
Yeah, I thought so. Yep.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
remember,
That's a good line from the movie. All work and no play make Johnny a dull boy. That was a great movie. Jack Nicholson did a great job in that.
So the remake with the dude from Wings.
Yeah,
Really?
that was like a miniseries. That one was like
He
2
did
or
a
3.
fantastic job, but I did not expect him to play.
I feel left out of this joke. I'm not sure I
It's
saw
not
it.
a joke. It's a movie.
I know, but I
Have you ever
So
seen
you know what happened with that? You know what they tell you the story about that when you do that. We did the Shining tour there at the hotel. So Stephen King was not happy with Stanley Kubrick's version because it wasn't true to the book. So he like spent years like fighting to get the rights back to The Shining, and he finally did. And he went and had that remake that they did that was like a 3-part series or whatever. Was because he sued to get the rights back, and he wanted a version that was more accurate to the book. So that's why
what stands out to me between the two, and I know it's just subtle detail, but that in the miniseries he used a croquet mallet instead of an axe to break the door, and that's a small detail, but that's probably a big one.
It sounds more complicated to use a croquet mallet instead of the axe to break in the door.
I think you'd have to work a lot harder to kill somebody with a croquet mallet. You got to put in some work. Yeah, you want to kill somebody with a mallet like that.
So yeah, break the handle out of it.
Marty's played about 4 times. It's like hell with it. Stop.
Yeah, but Steven's in. So Steven's here. He's going to be on the tour. I think I saw Tracy in here. Tracy, if you're here, speak up. Tracy's one of our Patreons who's going to be joining us for the pick at Blue Note. And she was also with us when we did our Hard Truth a few weeks ago. So this will be her second pick with us. We have somebody who's part of my Facebook group. I have a Whiskey Sippers Facebook group, and I drew a winner from there too. And I don't think he's on, Matt, but he's going to be joining us. You 3 guys and Adam, Major Zero, will be joining us.
Cool.
Yep. We know Adam. Know Adam quite well. We were with Adam Saturday evening. So
Monday evening.
Yeah, you're right. Monday evening. Yeah, I'm off by 2 days. Yeah,
for the Memphis Bourbon Society or whatever that was.
Yeah, it was a great time. Great time.
Yes, Alex, she was cool to hang out with.
Yeah, and Augusta decided for whatever reason to set a bottle of Buckner's 15 down in front of me and walk away.
So how much of it was left when they came back?
About this much.
Yeah, there wasn't much left. It was. Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
It was another bottle kill.
Todd, somehow that happens to me a lot. You'd think the big guy, they wouldn't leave the bottle in front of him. But they do.
Yeah, so it'll be a good group that we're going to do this pick with. I expect to have a lot of fun. Every pick I've been on has been great, and I think I'm sure we'll pick a great bottle. This is probably my 3rd Blue Note pick I've went through, and I've liked all of them. I haven't had a bad one. So you've been to Blue Note? No, I mean my third bottle. This is my third bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a pick at a local liquor store in Memphis about 3 weeks ago, and I tell you, there was one of the 3 that really stood out with a different flavor profile to us. And the same was with the one we just killed. It kind of stands out differently. All the rest are similar, but every once in a while you come across special.
When you're down there, I will tell you this. There will be an open bottle at the bar, I'm sure. You have to try their rum. They have one of the best rums.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember trying them.
They have one of the best rums you'll ever have.
I
It
got one in the
has
house.
bourbon notes to it.
Todd got another channel called Rum for Beginners. You should check out. I'm joking.
It would definitely be for beginners because I don't drink rum.
Rum sippers.
Rum Sippers. That sounds like
Rum sippers, yeah.
that sounds like a rap song from the 90s. Rum Sippers.
Look, here I am dropping information, and you just oblivious to it.
I'm not a rum guy.
Me neither, but that day I was.
I'm not a rum really. I don't even like the bourbon finished in rum barrels. I'm not a fan of that either, really. So
No, I agree.
not big into like that molasses.
Yeah,
That
we do have one rum that's pure chocolate. Marty got it is up there. Pilar's. There's a Pilar's pick we picked up that's pure chocolate.
Give me a little Pilar's. Speaking of rum, I'll take a little Pilar's. Oh, there ain't much left, is there?
Yeah, kill. Yeah,
No, I'm
No, I'm gonna drink some.
we're going for some Blue Note here.
I'll have some sugar
you want to do the
free.
Las Noches or you want to do the Special Reserve?
I don't care.
This is the same batch.
That feels so
Let's go
good.
Special Reserve.
So if you're just joining us, we are going to be doing duck races here in a little bit. Before the end of the show, I got 4 bags. Each one's got a blind flight in it, sample flight. $5 super chat gets you a duck in the duck race.
That's so good.
Yeah, so I'm excited to do the Blue Note pick. I'm excited to come back to Memphis. When I was there last year, we had a good time. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun city. So I think it's going to be a good time.
Last time you was in town, you went to Old Dom.
Yeah, I was down there with a group called Bourbon Together, and we did a Old Dominic pick. So, and that's actually what I'm going to be drinking next. This is the pick we did.
Did you try the duck fat old fashioned?
Of course.
I did. And it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, that is the best old fashioned I've ever had. Yeah, it is very like viscous,
rich.
kind of silky. Very good.
Yeah, it's good.
It is a standalone staple at Old Dom.
Yeah, and I'm sure several will be introduced to that later that
Yes.
evening.
Sugar Kitty says your rap name is Rum Sippy Sippy Sip Dog.
That's it. There you go. That's probably the cleanest rap name you've ever had.
I thought it was on you
No.
No, I thought it was Tom Todd.
or Todd. Either that, yeah. Who you talking about, Sugar Kitty?
It was one of us, all of us. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Poor Decisions. You were with Bourbon Together. You were part of that pick. I see your screen name, but I don't know.
Yeah, check out
Brandon and Mary. Brandon and Mary. Good folks.
Yeah, we were with them Monday night.
Yes, we were with them Monday night.
Yeah. Maybe with them next Monday.
Yeah, Stephen. So the plan is for us to eventually, after the barrel pick, go out and eat, then head over to Old Dominic because I think there's several people that are attending that haven't been there. So you'll definitely need to try one.
I think Skaters already came out.
I think Skeeter's working.
No,
Now.
Reed.
I thought Duck Ford.
Duck
Okay.
Ford.
Yeah, he was bigger him.
We can probably create that.
That's a special blend.
Oh yeah.
That's the rum finished one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like it tastes like crap.
Mm.
Yeah.
He is at work.
Yeah, he's at work. I figured Steven's at work. Old Dominic get the new honeycomb old fashioned. What?
So I'm going to actually do this is the pick we did last year at Old Dominic.
I can see that.
That's new.
Oh no, we had that the other day, didn't we?
No, we hadn't had the wheat yet. Todd, have you tried the Old Dominic wheated? It just came out within the last. We haven't tried it either. But
Is it Hulling Station or is it Old
No.
Dominic?
It's Old Dominic. We have.
No, I just had the Tennessee whiskey and the bourbon when we were at Old Dominic.
Yeah, the wheated just came out, and Brandon, I'm assuming that's Brandon, said try the honeycomb old fashioned, aid with their 7-year wheat whiskey. Yeah, we'll try
Yeah, I'll have
that.
to
We'll
try the
definitely try it.
Yeah, I'll have to try the wheat whiskey. They didn't have it, I think, when I was there. I don't remember seeing it. I know when we did
They
our pick.
released it at Spillway while we were there, and it's showing up over Memphis, and we didn't get a chance to try it. We tried a lot of things, but that wasn't one of
Buster's does have a barrel of it.
them. Oh,
So if we go hunting,
Might grab
I
one.
tripped Old Dom was before Spillway. Yeah, yes.
oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
okay.
Last time we went there before Spillway. Yep. A couple weeks before we went to Spillway. Yeah, Todd, you guys should plan on joining us down at Spillway next year. That was a great time. Great time.
What was that?
That was the at Brandon, Mississippi, which would be a long drive for you guys, but there were other creators there. Just a lot of people hanging out, trying good whiskey in the parking lot. You get in a raffle, you may get to go in and buy a bottle. Marty and I were spoiled. We went through 3 or 4 times. Got a couple good bottles, but yeah, it was a good pick.
Apparently, cops are called. All kinds of stuff.
Oh, that was it. That wasn't at the.
We had a house party. A bunch of old men got the cops called on them. So, but it was for parking on the lawn. That's the only reason.
Parking on the lawn.
Yeah, of all things, they could have called the police for.
That sounds like Arkansas people already.
It was our lawn. There you go.
Yeah, David says he doesn't have any Blue Note, but he will after this pick. And he doesn't have any Blue Note because it's not really in Ohio. I mean, you can find the regular juke joint, the 93 proof, but you won't find any uncut unfiltered up here because stores can't do picks in Ohio because it's state controlled, and they won't let the stores do picks. Only the state does picks, and they've never done a Blue Note pick. So that's one of the reasons I kind of looked at Blue Note, is because I have a lot of people up here who watch the channel, and unless they go out of state, they can't really find it. So now's an opportunity where they'll be able to order it and get it delivered. So
we get to go to different stores. About every store in Memphis has
just about every store.
Single barrel. I mean,
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah.
I'll tell you one I like that I don't think y'all do. I like the Crossroads, and I don't.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
I like.
I'm not a fan of the Crossroads.
I like
it's a very, very affordable pour, and it's not bad.
Well, I think the uncut unfiltereds all seem very affordable. I mean, they're always around.
They don't have anything that's just.
So they
do. I mean,
but
this one's pretty expensive.
But yeah, but what is
$200?
$200.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you compare that to some of the Master's Keep and all the other stuff, I mean that's.
But all these single barrels are $45 to $50 in Memphis.
Here's Brian.
There we go, David.
David, you're drinking a Master's Keep? Are you talking about one of the Wild Turkey's Master Keeps?
Yes, I would.
No, I think he's talking about the Keeper's release that just came out.
Oh, the Maker's Keep.
Yeah.
I misread that.
Yeah, we tried that last
No, I
night.
thought Master's Keep.
Yeah, but
he was talking about something else. I'm sorry.
Maker's the Keeper's release, huh? Okay. Yep. I'm not a huge Maker's fan personally, so.
That Keeper's is pretty good. It's soft profile, I would say.
It's better than the.
Yeah, it's better than the Heart release.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've got a cellar aged, and it's all right. I mean, I'll drink that, but it still doesn't blow me away. I didn't buy last year's because I got the 2023. And I was like, yeah, it's not really worth the price to me. I'm just not a Maker fan.
And it's hard to find. That Joker's hard to find.
So, what's the most disappointing bottle you've ever had?
The most disappointing bottle I've ever had. The most disappointing bottle I've ever had is the worst bottle I ever had. It was that Frankenstein bottle from Hartfield and Company. I'd never heard anything about it. It's not allocated, but it was like $50 for a 375, and it was absolutely awful. Just because of how much it cost, and it was just so bad. I guess for like the big allocated releases or like hard to find bottles, I personally am really disappointed with Weller 12. I don't like Weller 12 at all. I think it's just less than average pour, and it's so expensive on secondary.
So we had a similar experience with Weller Full Proof with the initial pour, and it was literally 3 months. Luckily, we didn't pay a lot for it. We got it at MSRP. But 3 months later, it was fantastic. So you may want to revisit the Weller 12. I
went through a bottle, and I got a second bottle open, and I still don't like it.
Wow.
Cool.
So I don't like the Weller 12. I'm not a huge weeded fan to begin with. Yeah. Really, I like rye based better.
I understand.
Yeah.
So
the George Remus, the Babe Ruth edition.
Oh, it's terrible.
Never had it. Never had that one.
I was so brokenhearted. I mean, that was my one unicorn I wanted, and it was not good.
Yeah, I've got some of the Repeal, and it's okay. It's not bad.
Yeah.
So
JD, I got your entry, but I've never had the Babe Ruth, so I can't really speak on that one.
And I was so excited just because I'm a Yankees fan. And I love baseball, and I was so disappointed.
Hey, Brian Cast 529. They'll be live a little bit later this evening.
There you go, Brian. Yeah, see, Brian agrees with me. Weller 12 is just really disappointing for all the hype behind it. And I mean, I got mine at MSRP because, again, in Ohio, everything's state controlled. It's MSRP. They're hard to get, but when you do, it's at the regular price. But it's just disappointing, in my opinion.
Yep.
Trying to think what else I really didn't like.
Barry Daniel there said Von Payne. We had our first Von Payne.
Oh no, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad.
It's not as bad as our bad pour.
What's your bad pour?
It's still bad.
Where is it, Marty?
The Crown Maple?
Yeah, not Crown Maple. The Mesquite, the Crown Mesquite.
Oh, Mesquite. I got it hid somewhere.
We have a punishment pour that we
No,
don't.
Brad, I would not want to pay $200 for a Weller for a Weller 12 year. That would be very disappointing.
Gosh.
They don't make this anymore, and someone, it was DW's father-in-law had it. Crown Royal Texas Mesquite is by far the worst thing I've ever tried. We put a stave in it to try to freshen it up, and it may have made it worse. But mesquite wood for a barreling, nah, it's terrible.
See, I could never look at a Crown Royal and say, "Oh, this disappointed me," because I look at a Crown Royal and I expect disappointment. It's not something that's going to surprise me.
I gotta tell you, that one right there will bite you. It will bite you. You're gonna smell it.
So take how you feel about Crown.
Oh, it's bad.
And expect less.
10 times. Yeah, that's terrible.
Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, I can't think. Oh, another really, really last year, I was really disappointed. So I went to the Jim Beam Smoke and Oak dinner last year when they released their new releases, the Reserves, the Infinites, that year's Long Creek 18, and the Old Granddad 16. The Old Granddad 16 is hugely disappointing.
Okay.
That was a major disappointment. So was the Infinite. I thought the Infinite was too. I was really disappointed in the Infinite. I did not like it. But that and Old Granddad both were big letdowns, I think.
Especially for $200.
And Old Granddad's one of my favorite pours.
Yeah, you come close to buying that bottle. And you're like a low-end whiskey guy. And we luckily, the rye guy, I think he subscribes to you there, Charles.
Yeah, Charles Charles is
so he got us a sample.
Thank God he did.
And we were thankful for that because
Todd, I'm an alcoholic on a budget, and I'm so glad I didn't buy that.
Yeah, so Scott said the Angels envy Triple Oak. I agree with that too.
Oh, agree. 100%.
I agree with that.
That was like, I almost think that was false marketing because that didn't taste anything like any kind of oak, like double oak, nothing. It was
that may be one of my biggest disappointments because it was like there's nothing there like Traveler. I expected Traveler to be that way.
Well, Traveler, is a blended whiskey, a cheap blended whiskey, whereas the Angels Envy, with the way they come out with their presentation and with the Triple Oak name on it, you expect a lot more.
So I've only seen one Angels Envy I like, and that was that store pick that port.
The cash strength store pick. 107 port finish.
Yeah, port finish.
Yeah. From 107 Little Rock. Charlie's in the chat. Bourbon and Balls sitting there.
Hey guys, they'll be on my show next week. They're scheduled to come on next Thursday. So
you should tell them to send you a sample of that cigar cut we sent them. That's maybe the last one in existence, that Crittenden cigar cut.
I'm having them come on because they actually sent me some samples a while back. I've been saving the samples till they come on to give them a try. Yeah. So, but they sent me a sample of what they say is the worst bottle they've ever had because I sent them a sample of what I said was the worst bottle I ever had. So I think we're going to have a worst bottle punishment pour line.
I'm willing to bet we can. That Mesquite Crown would surpass anything.
That but that's blended. So.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I got you.
We couldn't do them like that.
Yeah.
Anybody? It isn't cigar cut. It isn't cigar cut. Anybody just joining? We're going to have a duck race here in a little bit. I got some blind sample bags up there. Each bag's got a sample flight. You'll get to pick A, B, C, or D. Whoever the winner is gets to pick their bag, and for every $5, you get a duck. An American single malt. I'm not a single malt fan. I'd probably put most of those in a bad pour for me. I'm not a fan of single malts in general.
We have a friend. There's Adam Major Zero. We have a friend, Ernest, who he comes across some really nice single malts. He's been trying to convert us. And he has some nice
He
things to
must
share.
hunt more than anybody I know.
Oh yeah.
Or he
yeah.
just comes up
So
with
he's been trying to convert us, and I got to say, he has found some we really like, or we thought were pretty good. Some of those American single malts.
Cheers, Adam. Adam will be joining us Friday. So I've had one single malt that I thought was pretty good. It was a Westward. It was actually a pick somebody did, and I got the sample from Steven. It was a chocolate
Whiskey Wisdom. That's probably from Whiskey Wisdom and that group.
Westward?
Yeah, the Westward. Because we tried that too and thought it was pretty stinking good. Definitely a chocolate bomb.
Yeah, that was the only single malt I've had that I've liked. Every other single malt I got is so like earthy. I got like dirt and stuff, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yep.
Donald Smith, I hear you on that too.
So the double oak that was just released.
Donald, I agree with you. I don't think it was worth the 200.
It's a price point.
No, but the one released last year was fantastic. We had the opportunity to try that one and sample it again.
3.75.
The 3.75.
I've got that one. I've got the 3.75, and it was pretty good. I thought the last year's was better than this year's because we did try them side by side when some people got that this year's the big one.
But I thought last year's was point for what you get.
Oh, look, we have part of a sample left from
it should be
Dave Vogelsang. Everybody knows
$90 or something. $90.
Yeah,
it's $90 good, but not $200 good.
Yeah,
to me.
It's not $200, not even close.
No way.
Well, that's just like we were talking about the old Granddad. Like the old Granddad 16 wasn't awful. It just was nowhere worth no $200.
Yeah, it's not worth the price.
If it had been an $80 bottle, it'd have been just fine.
Yep.
But then you compare it to its $22 counterpart, and is it
better? Yeah,
Oh.
it's not.
Is it $180 better?
No, not even close. Well, the thing is, not even it's a lower proof. And it's funny, when we were at that dinner, they were talking about the 116, and someone asked them, that old Granddad, why'd you proof it down to 100? And Fred said, well, when we tried it at barrel strength, it was so bad, we had to proof it down until we got to a point that we thought it was acceptable. So I was like, well, it didn't work out too much. I mean, you had to proof it down so much that it really just kind of killed any kind of complexity in it.
So it means it was aged too long.
Probably. Yeah, or they should have picked different barrels.
Yeah, got over oaked, right? You sit there sometimes something get over oaked, it sits there too long.
Yep.
Woodford double oak.
$90, I'll buy it all day long. It's not bad.
It's just not like $200 bottle.
That's what I'm saying. It's not too much.
So there's just too much oak.
13 Conley double oak, on the other hand.
Oh yeah, that's totally different.
That's a totally different story.
So like I love Woodford, but man, that gets me heart. That tastes like heartburn.
There's Jeff Drinks at Bourbon and Balls.
Cheers,
Yeah,
Jeff. So this is the 2023 double oak. Yeah, this is the one I have. And I thought it was better than this year's. I thought last year's was better than this year's.
We agree. We had a sample. Fella at Spillway shared it with us a year ago, and he had some left this year. Shared it with us again. I couldn't believe he had some left, and he was still sharing it.
I know.
There wasn't much left, but people love to share good whiskey. We love to share good whiskey.
I really like it.
There's a lizard.
Oh yeah,
I thought this year's double oak was very malty to me. I got a lot of malt on it.
Yeah. I guess that's a chocolate, the little cocoa taste I get.
Now I did get a sample of that the chocolate whisper redo, and that's fantastic.
Oh, we tried it. I tried it also at Spillway. Yeah, it's really, really good. I think Bourbon and Balls talked about how great that was. One of their best pours of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're the one. They're the reason I got a sample of it. Well, a friend of mine got a bottle of it, but they raved about it so much. I had asked him for a sample of it, and it was very good. Has anyone tried a Garrison Brothers that they liked?
We have
Cowboy.
The Cowboy Hazmat. 2 of them we tried,
23 Cowboy.
and 22, I believe. Both we liked, but outside of that, we weren't impressed.
So the only Garrison Brothers I've had is the small batch, and I didn't like it. So I haven't had.
I agree. It's that Texas funk on it. Yeah, we tried 2 of the Cowboys. One with both hazmats, weren't they? I think they were. Yeah, because one came from RJ, one came from Ernest.
Maybe if it wasn't, it was 138. It was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had the Cowboy yet, but I didn't like the regular Garrison Brothers. That's for sure.
Yeah, we didn't either. We didn't.
That's like I don't like balcones.
No. Oh, no, we tried a balcones. What was that one called? Oh, man. Josh Gamble's not in the chat. It was Wildflower. It was something really odd and unique, and it tastes like no other Texas whiskey I tried.
The big tasting one?
Yeah, it was. It was
Oh, well, yeah, I did like that.
I can't remember the name of it, but
That's Mississippi.
Jamie got bit by a lizard.
Bit by a lizard.
on the live stream.
Well, he wasn't actually on the live stream.
I stepped on it, bit right to my shoe.
Oh.
Sorry.
A baby gator got you.
Gator got his cat.
Oh man.
The Rumble. That might be it. The Rumble. I think it is. I think that's right. Yep.
Never had that. I've had a couple of the balcones. I had the rye. I had the it's called the brimstone. That's awful. And just the regular one, I'm just not a fan of that. The only really Texas whiskey I've had that I kind of like is the Still Austin.
Yeah, we've had some of that.
Still Austin cast strength rye.
And Mike Brock's talking about the Rebecca Creek Double Spanish Oak. So we've had a couple bottles of that. Not all are that great. It depends on the proof point. Yours was really good.
Yep.
Mine was just okay. And
welcome that bourbon, dude. We're
Better late than never.
I don't know if you guys know Charles. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we were just talking about different Texas whiskeys. Have you guys had the Tangier?
No,
I have not.
we have not.
I haven't had that either, but everybody says it is fantastic. So that's one I'm looking to try get and give a sample of. But yeah, Still Austin is really the only Texas whiskey I've had that I like.
We've had some.
Rebecca Creek's good. I just haven't had it.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can try it this weekend. I'm sure we can provide a sample. Yeah, the double Spanish Oak. We got that over here.
There's just a funk with that Texas whiskey. I'm just not
I love
sold
that.
on.
Now the double Spanish Oak, the good one, is really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lusa and Iron Root.
Well, I guess it's because of the heat, but you can also say the same thing with that kind of heat with like Detling, but Detling's pretty good. I don't get that same kind of funk. Same with like Holiday. I mean, it gets hot over there in Missouri too, and I like the Holiday stuff. So I'm not knowing why it is. I guess Texas is that much hotter. I don't know.
See, we talked about a Dave Vogelsang sample, and he showed up. That's kind of wild, isn't it? There he is. In the chat. Yeah, Dave V.
Cheers, Dave. It's like you summon the beast.
Yeah, that's that dude there. We got a chance to meet and hang out with Dave about a month or two ago. It's a great time.
Man.
Great time. Enjoyed it greatly. It was on a Wednesday. We
get to meet
did it on Monday.
You know?
Wednesday. Yeah, I do too. I enjoy it. Yeah, the bourbon community is so supportive of each other, and doesn't matter if you got a big channel, little channel.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
If you're just hanging out and like to drink whiskey, if you have an interest, people are willing to share. It's really awesome.
That's because drinking whiskey's fun. I mean, that's why for most people, it's a good time.
Till the next morning. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, a lot of people know they can't drink whiskey, so they just don't do it.
Oh, is that it?
They just stay away from it.
There was
They've had bad experiences.
There was a time I couldn't drink.
Boy, that's good. That's better this time than I remember.
Do you guys are you a fan of Old Forester?
Oh, love Old Forester. I don't think there's been an Old Forester we don't like.
To give you guys. This is the first Old Forester barrels proof I'd ever gotten. And this was the bottle of my wife. I used to always, whenever I'd pour something, I'd have her take a sip and she'd hate it. She just didn't like any kind of whiskey until I gave her a taste of this and she loved it. And then she started drinking whiskey more. It's kind of got her into it. This is a barrel pick from Warehouse K. It is absolutely amazing. It still may be the best Old Forester barrel proof I've had. So I'll make sure I bring a sample of that for you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, we love Old Forester especially. Yeah, we got the 86.
Yeah.
Any of the blue labels. I don't think we've had any that's bad. We've had some better than others, but not bad.
Yeah, there's not a bad one out there. Like even though Screw Top 100 is a good little bottle.
RB says the Milam and Green triple cask is his favorite. I've never even had the Milam and Green. I've never had it yet.
Never had
I've got a bottle of the rye. I just haven't opened it. But other than that, I've never had any.
Yeah, same here. We haven't had that one.
Good.
What did you just pour? Oh, the special release. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think they have that in the tasting room too.
My wife said she's had good taste since the beginning.
You know, it's kind of like Jack Daniels. I hated Jack Daniels, just the regular, 107, whatever it's called, 07.
No, old number 7.
Old number 7. That's it. But anything other than old number 7, I'm a maxi.
I'm still not.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all the single barrel stuff, the single barrel proof, the single barrel proof rye.
Oh my gosh,
Still my favorite rye on the shelf.
I'm with you. It's one of my favorite pours for under $100 by a mile.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the 10, 12, and 14, especially the 12. That first year, that batch 1 of the 12 was just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. That twice barrel. Oh my goodness, that's one of our all-time favorites. Yeah, we love that one. Even the one finished in Amorosa barrels. Olorosa barrels. Amorosa, that'd be that chick from the
Amorosa. Yeah, she's in that. She's one of those reality stars.
yeah, Olorosa barrels. Yeah, that's good stuff. But we now like most of it. Jack.
Last call for anybody who wants to get in on the duck race. I'll give you another minute. Anybody who wants to get on the duck race. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and fill all the names and we'll run that here in a couple of minutes.
Run the zombies.
We need a race for.
We need a race for?
Wheel horse.
Hey, let's do this. Let's start doing real races. Let's do duck races.
No.
The 5 of us will sprint.
No, I ain't sprinting nowhere. Y'all win.
Y'all win. We're going to put a name on your back. You win. What are you looking at, Martin?
I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, I have that. So you're talking about the distillery series. I think that was number 10, the pecan barrel finish or pecan wood finished 120 proof Jack. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I just read that as a Yankee. I just said I read that. I read that as pecan. I don't know why.
I thought we was having a race pool.
Pecan.
Okay.
No, it's definitely pecan. But I read it as pecan.
David says, blame me for getting back into Jack. Yeah, so on our channel, especially like when we're doing a lot of our picks, I'm usually always picking a Jack as one of my top 4 of this or that because it's so much. So I think he started buying bottles again just from watching our videos.
Double oak.
In fact, our 1 year of kind of like our first video that Devin and I, and so if you guys don't know, I have someone I normally do videos with, Devin. But he is in the military. He's been deployed. He's deployed right now. That's why I've been having different people on and stuff. But our 1 year is coming up here in June, I think. So I'm going to have you having a 1 year special in June, like a 1 year special live stream where I'll do some giveaways and stuff.
You know, we're going up on year 3.
Yeah, but we've only been doing bourbon stuff. Well, we weren't as heavy into bourbon until really last year.
Yes, true.
Yep. Till about the last year.
So I'm going to flip my tab over here and I'm going to enter these names in for the race, guys.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll keep talking. Hey, Marty, keep talking.
That's what Terry tells us. Man.
Y'all don't do a very damn good job of it, just saying.
So I know y'all are big fans of Jack Daniels. I personally, I don't know if Trinity Crittenden has put out that I do not like.
Oh, Crittenden's awesome.
Crittenden's amazing. We love Crittenden's too.
Now, that might be, if I had to pick a distillery, it would be Crittenden's.
I didn't know we were having distillery
We were
war.
picking a distillery. I don't know what I'm going to
Old
pick.
Forester, probably. Or turkey, wild turkey. Wild turkey.
No, that's too hard.
It's too hard. I agree.
No, that's
It'd be hard to not go with wild turkey.
Look, you talking to wild turkey.
I know, and I'm kind of new to wild turkey too.
If I had an unlimited supply of anything I could get, it'd probably be the twice barrel rye from Jack Daniels 2023.
I agree.
100 proof.
No, we're talking about their entire selection.
Man,
their catalog is one, as musicians would say.
Crittenden might be there.
It'd be hard to beat.
They have such a wide variety.
You know which one I picked? All of them. Every one of them. Actually, there's a few I probably wouldn't touch.
You picked D. All of
so I don't care for the devil's or whatever. Not devil's. What's the one they had that's like cinnamon?
Huh?
Yeah,
Crittenden.
Yeah, Crittenden has one out there.
Oh, the 3.6.
The 666. No, that's a special release. You don't know how special it is. I got a Crittenden's 4 grain. I got a Crittenden's 4 grain.
I like Soon.
I think it's the last of the 4 grain. It's really good.
I agree with Renee. Jack or
Yep.
Forster, and it's all
Brown
I
Foreman.
would take turkey as my number 2. But
depends on what you get, man.
All of them.
I mean,
All right, guys. So I just want to make sure everybody in the chat, I got this right. I've been writing this down as they've come through. I got Life from the Patio. You guys got 2 entries. David's got 2 entries. Bourbon Nerd's got 1.
That's this dude here.
Sugar Kitty has 4.
Got 4.
Private Thorntonberry has 1. Barry's got 2. Donald's got 2. And JD has 1.
tell them all we need is 1.
Yep. So all you need is 1 to win. That's right. So it only takes 1 to win.
I'll probably lose a bunch.
Kick this pig. Say, Jamie, kick his
Kick this
pig.
pig.
Mhm.
But I got all those entered, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this race.
Let's see if his internet's better than ours. We tried to run a race on our computer and it just messes up.
they just stopped.
It just like glitches
They
out.
look like
on
Special Olympics.
it. Yeah, it's more like Special Olympics than it
Special
was.
Olympics. Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm going to do this for 45 seconds.
Heck yeah. I like
Oh, that's right. My wheel.
Look, I'm about to run for 45 seconds.
it. Short pace. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They run those cross country.
Yeah, we like
Look,
2 minutes.
where's my guy at? Look at it. That's all I need to see.
You don't want to be up front.
No, I like him where he's at
Father
now.
Fortenberry, yeah, he's kind of falling back.
I like him. He looks strong.
And now out into the lead, Donald. You
So
don't want to be
Donald's in trouble. Donald's in trouble.
Donald's, he got 1 in front and back. No, Donald's good.
He did,
Let's
yeah.
see who's the hungriest for some brains. The zombie race.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Sugar Kitty dropping.
Bourbon Nerd.
Y'all better
Fighting
go.
the Sugar
Oh,
Kitty.
Bourbon Nerd. No, here comes Sugar Kitty.
Sugar Kitty for the win.
Donald's making a move. Sugar Kitty is going to catch Sugar Kitty.
Oh,
Sugar Kitty. I think I can I didn't even know that dude was down there.
I like my,
He got your colors on.
He does got my colors
I like
on.
my zombie trip.
all right, Sugar Kitty.
It's all
Congratulations.
mushroom. It's all brains.
I hope she's still with us here. Sugar Kitty, if you're still on. Yep, yeah, there she is. You get A, B, C, or D. Which bag do you want?
Oh.
So it's all blind, so it's a crapshoot on which blind you get.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. That's what we like saying.
I like doing the different types of races besides just the duck. Like I did the
Oh,
monster
yeah, for
last
sure.
week, and I did
Oh,
the zombie this week. She wants A, so let's see what we got. I honestly don't remember what I put in which each one, so let's see.
Try to be surprised with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is the weeded blind.
Oh.
So it is 1792 sweet wheat,
Nice.
Nice.
the Weller 12, which I don't particularly like, but a lot of people-
Yeah, I didn't like
That's a tie eight.
and the old Fitzgerald 8-year, which I do like the old Fitzgerald.
Ooh, that's a good
Oh,
one.
We hadn't found that one yet.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Congrats.
Sugar Kitty, email me so we can get your address and I can get those shipped out to you. I'm going to put my email in here.
Congrats.
Congrats, Sugar Kitty.
So that old Fitzgerald, to me, I love it. That old Fitzgerald 8 years, a really nice one. It's got a real nice berry note to it. So just send me an email so I can get your address and I can get those mailed off to you.
Yep.
Congratulations. All right. So there, I just wanted to get that out of the way before anything happened. Last week, camera died right before I got to do the race. But
That sounds about right.
I don't think I mentioned it to everybody in the chat who was watching the last few weeks when the camera died on me. I bought a new camera. So tonight's my first night with a new camera. Hopefully everything goes well with it. And this is the camera that bourbon guy, Paul, told me I should get. So if something goes wrong, we're blaming him because this is the one he recommended.
It looks good. It's an OnlyFans quality camera.
Oh, there we go. I should make a lot more money than if I'm doing an OnlyFans.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
OnlyFans whiskey channel. I wonder how that would go.
Yeah, I'm
You
telling you.
might be surprised.
I'm telling you about the OnlyFans I get
Hey,
sued.
anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. And maybe if you like force them to drink the whiskey before they come on the OnlyFans, it'd go a lot better, right?
Loosen that pocketbook up.
That's what I'm talking about. Mhm.
All right. Well,
Good
I know
show.
you guys got a show at 6:30, so here in
We
about
do.
half an hour.
Yep.
So everybody here, if you're watching, make sure you jump over and see these guys in a half hour when they go live. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys as well as Tracy and Adam and Mark and everybody else, Steven, who's going to be at our barrel pick.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a really fun weekend, I think. So,
Yeah, I think so too. We'll reach out, set up, try to do some hunts Friday morning before we go to Blue Note. And I think you'll have a good time in Memphis. You've been here before, so I think we'll have a great
Oh, yeah,
time.
we'll have a good time.
Have a good time.
can my toes hold a Glen? That's what's going to make that OnlyFans going to be successful. If I can drink with my feet.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys, for joining. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Next week, I'll be back at my regular time on Thursdays. The last 2 weeks have been off or done early because I've been traveling on Thursday, trying to get down to Tennessee. It's a haul from northern part of Ohio. So I'll see you guys here in a couple of days, and everybody else.
Thanks for having
I'll
us.
see you on the
Thanks
live
for
next
having
week.
me.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely,
safe travel.
guys.
Safe
All right.
travel.
we'll see ya. Remember, until next time, the best bourbon or whiskey is the one you like the most.
That's right.
We gone.